All right, guys, we are smoking the 1984 Maduro from Rodriguez Cigars, and I'm here with Danny Defabio, and the founder of Rodriguez Cigars, and he is down in Key West right now. Um, Glad to have you, man. And tell us a little bit about this cigar that we're smoking.
Um, the Series 84 Maduro is a very special blend. It commemorates our inaugural year of opening in 1984. Um, my grandparents, they they started the business, and I wanted to kind of put something special together in honor of that. And I feel that the 84 Maduro has been probably one of the most popular cigars that we've been selling. And I really wanted to kind of take a step back and try to figure out exactly what is a very attracted or attractable flavor profile with Maduros and medium to full body, cigars. And a lot of that has to do with, in my opinion, dessert-like textures, you know, with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
balance, strength. One of the challenges that we have is to not really want to overload the cigar with so much power and have it two dimensional. We really want a balance of power, but a lot of depth and complexity. And that's really important because for me, I like more of the dessert like textures, the creams, the coffees, nuttiness, and stuff like that. And with that, the balance of the strength, especially on the retrohale, when you're supposed to smoke through the nose and you have a nice full type of retrohale,
yeah.
that's strength, speaking. The taste on the palate is the flavor profile of the cigar. So trying to, find a great combination of those two attributes, making, and working together is our first priority. So with this blend, we have a Nicaraguan filler and binder. All right. Um, we feel that we felt that we had to kind of, adjust some things way back when with a binder because we really wanted to get more dessert like, and I'm glad we did. And it's been taken off ever since. The Habano Maduro wrapper is very thick, very oily, cut from a very high priming. And to be honest with you, this was one of my favorite cigars to blend.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, back, I guess in my mid to late 20s, I really kind of always reached for a medium to full body cigar, medium to full,
Sure.
medium to full, you know. And, early 30s, late 30s, you kind of start dialing it back and start finding certain things that, give you a little bit of perspective. Whereas today I'm more of a medium bodied cigar, more of my preference, any time of day, versatile, a
I'm the
lot of
same way, man. I'm the same way. Yeah.
I kind of reach for more of the medium body, full flavored, sort of cigars now. But I'm really glad that we had a chance to create that blend because I really encountered a lot of hurdles trying to drift away from so much power and two dimensional, type of profiles.
Yeah.
And that when that change occurred, it really kind of elevated the blend and really started developing a lot more nuances of the cocos and the coffees. Very creamy in texture.
Yeah.
It's by design. I like the fact that the smoke coats the palate, and the blending is important, the aging of the leaf's important, and the aging of the cigar is important all together, and it's not really prioritized where one's more important than the other. So many things, that I felt like I've had to learn over the years is everything's important. There's so many things that are equally as important that really can, steamroll the process, or allow you for more room for growth and inspiration to keep on pursuing that blend. And I'm glad that that happened. It didn't happen quick, but you
Right.
know, 7 years ago it did happen. And I was glad that it did. It kind of turned everything around for that blend. So
Awesome.
uh, those uh, different types of tobaccos, working together, you're going to get a lot of cocoa, coffee notes,
Yeah, yeah.
very creamy and with some sweetness on there.
It's a beaut.
Sweetness is very big for me. I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
cigars that just have that little touch of it. I think it's very important.
You did a great job, man. Well done on it. And it's also at a great price point as well. And I assume that's because you're able to be, unlike a lot of cigar companies, you're not just uh, white labeling something. It's something that you have your hands on the whole time, that you are in the manufacturing process. You have a lot of hands-on with that, and you're able to, assume that would leads to being able to have a better price. Yeah.
Well, it. I can't speak on the behalf of others, but for us, attainability is key. Marketability is key. Is it important for me to push out a $50 or $40, $30 cigar right now? I mean, I don't. It would be great to kind of be able to get to a level where you're working with some of the most distinguished tobacco in the world, and if you have a place for it, great.
Right.
For us, we want to kind of, as a newer company, work our way very slowly into the industry. Again, attainability for many
Yeah.
consumers extremely important for us. My grandparents, when I first started working here, never had a cigar that was $12 or $14.
Right.
You know,
Right.
like for me, I might have a different perspective about it. But I think there's a lot of great cigars and a lot of different price points, and I think that's something for me that the connoisseur gets to decide. You know what I mean? Gets to um, pick whatever type of product that they would like, and that's the important part. Is um, you know, in my opinion, cigar smoking is celebratory. My opinion.
Absolutely.
What you had a great day at work? All right, that light a cigar, or you won the fantasy football championship of your league. You can have a cigar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Daughter married, she graduates. Your son graduates. Your son gets the job, or you know something. Friends or family oriented. Something special happens. Your friend gets a promotion.
Yeah.
It those type of moments just kind of are really important, and that for me, having a product that can tie that in, kind of paying respect to that moment, for us is important.
Yeah.
Um, and again, attainability, is extremely important. Especially after the COVID years. We really haven't changed our price points at all.
Right.
Maybe past 5 years it might have been like a small percentage bump.
Right.
Just because of certain things have to happen. Logistics and stuff and coverages, and we want to have our employees like anybody else and make sure that they're covered first. So, attainability is important, but I think competitive pricing is also, important.
Absolutely.
Having products that are, in the most popular price points. That's kind of where my focus is at, and we all know the 7, 8, 9 to $20 cigar is the range where the majority of everything is being smoked.
Right.
And that's kind of where we want to focus on. And I think it takes a lot of time. We have to build a lot of trust with the consumers, and that takes time. So, I mean, I'm a young guy. I'm ready for it, right?
Yeah. Absolutely, man. You guys are doing a great job, man. It's a pleasure to work with you guys always. We'll keep putting your cigars in the blind tastings because they smoke very well. And again, love introducing newer brands that are coming on the scene in the blind tastings. So guys, get be sure to rate and review your blind tasting cigar with the Rodriguez 1984 Maduro. Brother, thank you so much, man. We'll do this again soon.
Absolutely. And also, I just want to throw a shout out to you, my man. You always like to throw shout outs at, other folks, but I want to throw a shout out to you. What I think you're doing is incredible. Your
Yeah.
approach on it, super, super clean, very, very classy. And really, it's super unique. And I honestly wish you the best. I think you're going to, continue to do fantastic things with it only because of the suspense thing and all this different thing that you're bringing to the table and being
Sure.
able to have people try something with their palate versus what they see. I think that's incredible. So shout out to you, man. You know, you're doing great stuff as well. I mean, look at
Thank
look
you.
at the setting on the balcony in New York City,
That's right.
smoking a cigar. Everything's beautiful, brother. You know.
Hey, we try, man. It's a pretty fun game, huh?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon, man. Thank you.
And take care, bro.
All right.